Standard Chartered versus Phoenix. Match number 4 at this match number 4 of the day 1. For the Group 6, this is the first match. Standard Chartered and Phoenix were meeting together. The Royal start here for the Royal Premier League. Group number 6, first game. Match number 4 of the overall day starts with the boundary. A typical way of scoring boundary which we are speaking about in the previous games. The areas you have to target. Use the pace of the bat. And they've been using that. The direction of the ball, just glide the ball with the direction of the ball. That works well. If you go opposite direction of the ball, that works well in stretch ball cricket. But whereas with tennis ball, it's quite hard for you. Let's start here from Shakti, the batter, along with Charles, opening together. RK, the man with the ball, is arranging his fielder. Straight away, there is a fielder at that position, halfway through the third man. And there is a long on fielder, and he bowled a short ball. That's quite interesting. Just looking at this field positioning, he's having a country fielder, in fact, mid on inside the circle. A third man fielder and a deep mid wicket fielder. What would be the delivery? Will he go for the back of length? Is that possible to go for the back of length? He's targeting for the square leg region, in fact. More chances for the short ball and back of length deliveries. That's the way you have to bowl. That's more smart way of bowling. RK, the bowler, he had his field. He worked for his field and bowled according to that. But still there were chances for the batter to cut that ball away through the offside direction. Maintaining it over the fourth stump line would work. This is interesting to watch out for. A change of length, straight away attacking the stumps. See, when it comes to 10 overs game, you can't be a traditional fast bowler of setting up the batter or pushing the batter for the dot ball. Sometimes you have to be out of the box. Sometimes the batter will be expecting you to bowl the short ball. You bowl the short ball. Then the batter will again expect that short ball to be bowled. At that point of time, you will be bowling that Yorker or the fuller length delivery, which is going to impact the batter anyway. That's what's happening here. Charles facing for the first time of today's game. Swing and a miss. Good piece of bowling. Having that bit of pace. Beating up the batter by pace. I love that energy from the bowler. RK is bowling really good. He's having that energy. A mid-hot day. Around 1 p.m. at Chennai. Imagine the kind of heat and intensity. And look at the way how he's bowling. Another try from the batter. But this time, it's not a damage. Both Shakti and Charles were fighting hard. Speaking about that impact in Chennai didn't produce much quality fast bowlers. Expect a few. For example, Lakshmipathy Balaji. That's because of the kind of weather. It's not really easy for a fast bowler geographically to come from this region of the country. Hotness is one of those important reasons. Oh, tried something cheeky, but that hits his face after it was being hit by the bat. That's beautiful over coming to an end. Good control from the bowler, 7 for no loss. Shapi, the new batter. Shapi, the new bowler, into the attack. He's arranging his fielders according to that. You can look at the way how captain is arranging the fielders on the two batters. We're waiting for the ball to be bowled. Shakti and Charles. With Shakti on strike. Ball just forced over Shabir. Starts off with a wide Yorker which went on to be a wide delivery, but I won't say it's a bad call from the bowler. The decision to bowl at that length went on to be perfect for 95% of the areas. That's quite unfortunately went for the wide. But the intention was right. That's the area you have to target. This looks perfect. That's almost in there. Had a chance to grab that catch. Tried his best. Shabir the bowler. With Shakti struggling a lot. Now 2 Yorker attempts. What would be the attempt now? A bit of good length delivery. Went on to be a wide ball. Just runs here and there. Change of field positions again. Just moving the fielders according to the batter, and there were a lot of discussions were going on. For no loss. Just continuing with the momentum. Standard Chartered are having a standard start to the power play. If the batting side scores 30 or more within the power play, then they can have the advantage of having a third over of power play. But as of now, it was not going in that zone. That's quite hurry-burry single over there. The one positive sign here for Standard Chartered will be they didn't lost much wickets in the power play, which is going to use well for them in the upcoming overs. That's the way how the previous teams have played, especially the way how 9 to 11 have played. That's beautiful shot. Just look at the elevation. Just look at the direction. Excellent piece of stroke making goes for the boundary. Really beautiful boundary. That full toss has been punished through the point direction, but in a different way of playing a reverse sweep. A lot of positive signs here for Standard Chartered. And with the way how Shakti is playing, I think Shakti should try to play some fearless cricket in the middle. The fine leg is inside the circle. In fact, there wasn't much impactful role for the fine leg. They can move across and go over the fine leg region. That's Bales were out, attacking the stumps. That's a response from the bowler when you try to attack him over the switch hit region. Just immediate response. The Bales were out. Shakti tried to go for the big one, but he has to depart. 19 for 1 now, Standard Chartered. New batter into the crease. Shiva, the new batter. Straight away moves across. Try to attack through the straight direction. Fielder chasing down the ball. And that's an excellent save from the fielder, saving another 2 runs for his side. Attempt for the 3rd run, no chance for that. Beautiful save from the fielder. A complete commitment from the fielder. 2 overs, 21 for 1, end of power play. 21 for 1 after power play. Standard Chartered having a standardized batting style. Tried to give some impact, but couldn't get that so far. Shakti tried his best, but lost his wicket. 10.50 looks like a good power play total. The run rate looks better. They can score 100+ runs if they run with the same kind of run rate. Good use of the wrist from the batter. No chance for the single. Beautiful field positioning. A lot of sponsors for this tournament. You're watching that. Name boards every single time when the boundary is going. Or the wickets are going, or the ball is traveling through the boundary ropes. You could see those sponsors' names. Back-to-back dot balls here. Just picking up with those sponsors. Purvika name board. We've seen that a lot of time, quite a lot of time. Decathlon is one among those sponsors of this tournament. WLT is the title sponsor. Vijayan creating assets since 1942. Basha Halwawala is a team here. SB Sports, Carbon, Meze. Almost close chance over that. Along with that, the muscle movements, EON school, redefining of fitness science. Purvika, of course, Cashify 6-it. Whistle, Urban Sports Hub, Hindustan Group of Institutions, Chennai, and Nighthawk Energy Drink. They are the sponsors of this tournament. Along with that, Malabar Gold having a team here. They won their first game. Good bowling from Abrar so far. He's having complete control. Wicket appeal here. Run out chance. And they've been celebrating. The batter was not moving. Not much impactful signals from the umpire. 24 for 1. 2.4 overs. Standard Chartered. Just waiting for that one gear shift. Maybe they might be postponing it for the 6th over or 7th over, where they can unleash themselves completely. But as of now, this tournament clearly shows you one thing, that if a batter goes with the flow, he has to continue that flow throughout the innings. Because it's not everyone's cup of tea when it comes to 10 overs game. That's a lucky boundary here for the batting side. He tried something cheeky, that went on into a different direction, but the result went into the favor of the batters. Shiva the batter. 2.5 overs, 28 for 1. Trying to maintain the run rate of 10 or above. It's 9.88 now. Maybe 2 of the last ball could bring them to 10 runs per over. With Abrar, so far 7 runs conceded in this over. Last ball of this over. A typical post power play field positions. A swing and a miss. No chance for the single for Bice. Good dot ball to end this over. 3 overs of 28 for 1. And that's the batting summary so far. Shakti tried his best. Tried to score some boundaries. 9 runs for the batter with 2 boundaries for his name. Whereas Charles and Shiva are still struggling. Especially Charles is still aiming for that one breakthrough. Standard Chartered 28 for 1 after 3 overs. With a projected score of 93. The positive sign here is team batting second is struggling really hard to find runs on the board. That's because of target pressure. That's because of chasing pressure. There were a lot of reasons, psychological impacts for them in terms of chasing down the target. Whereas for the team batting first, whatever you post on the total, you'll be satisfied with that. And you can make your second half according to that. Maybe that sometimes adds a bit of advantage for them. Charles on strike now. Faisal, the new bowler, is arranging his fielders according to his bowling actions. There is a long on, there is a cow corner fielder, there is a deep mid-wicket fielder. Square leg and fine leg were inside the circle. Now the square leg is going to be the biggest loophole of this over. But look at this innovation. Charles, what you gonna do? You are having a deep point fielder and you are having a long off fielder, but you're trying to go with a switch hit. Why can't you go through that square leg region? Look at the gaps. No fine leg, no square leg at the deep. Flicking it in the air can make way for the batter. Good umpiring here. Spot decisions, but the clarity was right. Still the non-striker is having a bit of chat. This is even much better delivery. Faisal is bowling really well, not even giving clue to the batters on where he is aiming to bowl. And that's where the batters were getting confused on whether to go on the leg side or on the off side or over the straight direction. Shiva back on strike. He must be having that confusion. Square leg and fine leg were left empty in the deep. This is something we are speaking about, but it finds a fielder at the mid-wicket region. The aim was to go over the square leg fielder, but this finds a fielder at the mid-wicket. Good catch from the fielder, no mistakes done. Pressed on the batter. He tried something cheeky, but couldn't get the connections better. Shiva has to walk out to the pavilion. That's 29 for 2 standard chartered. New batter into the crease. Vignesh, the new batter. Strong shout from the bowler. Faisal, the bowler, got the breakthrough. I think that looks like a trap, it seems, because the mid-wicket fielder is not exactly standing at the mid-wicket region, but he's not standing at the square leg too. But in case if the attempts are made in front of the square, there are a lot of chances you end up finding that mid-wicket fielder. So that would have tempted the batter as the way how I got tempted while watching that field position. The fine leg is empty, the square leg is empty. With the same thought process, Shiva went on to play that slog sweep over the fine leg, in fact square leg fielder, but couldn't get the connections. 4 overs up, 31 for 2 now, standard chartered. Four overs, 31 for 2, standard chartered. Just pushing it to the point direction to get the single. Just availing everything under control, maintaining the run rate under 10 would be a psychologically confident thing for the bowling side. If you end the first innings below 100 runs, you can enjoy a lot of stuffs favoring for you. Another wide delivery. (33 for 2). Abdul Hakim, the new bowler, with Vignesh and Charles were trying to find that rhythm, but still couldn't be able to manage that, especially with the way how Charles is fighting. He couldn't rush the run rate quickly, as 10 overs format is quite difficult to bat on. You should always be ahead of your opposition. For that you have to score more runs on the board. But this looks like an easy one for them. Continues to bowl over that, having the typical post power play field positionings. Another cheeky moment as the batter's legs are almost covered near the wide line. He's moving across, he's moving here and there. The movements were being appreciated, but the bat swing must be there. Despite of what the ball being bowled, you should give your commitment 100%. But that is not exactly working well for him. That's a big pressure for them anyway. Another swing and a miss goes for the wide. The jump before releasing the ball, maybe that pressurizes the bowler, it seems. He was struggling to land perfectly, sometimes skidding on, sometimes landing with an imbalance. Basement, just take back a look at that. The run-up looks better, the jump looks better, but the landing matters a lot. Went on to be a full toss delivery, no chance for a wicket. Beautiful stop from the fielder. Look at that, he's worrying. He's worrying after that. Everyone were appreciating that fielder at the square leg region, but he's worrying for not taking that catch. He saved an excellent boundary. Trying something cheeky. Appeal from the bowler. It's almost halfway through the innings. We couldn't see much of explosions in the first innings. A decent run flow so far. Cut it through the sweeper cover region. There is a fielder at that position. He's throwing back. They're running for the second run opportunity. Good throw from the fielder, but no chance of dismissing the batters. They have run by completing the second run. That's end of 5 overs. It's 39 for 2 halfway through the innings. Standard Chartered. A small hydration break is going on between the bowling side. They did that job really well so far. They might be discussing on how to push this pressure into a failure batting lineup in the second innings, second phase of this first innings. Whereas for the batters, the discussion would be completely different. To ensure on how or where you're going to work on your batting, that will be the discussions might be going on between them. And this venue being one of the most beautiful and iconic, supports a lot of quality cricket. Stay tuned with us. In a couple of minutes, we'll be back after the drinks break. Now the hydration break is over. 5 overs of 39 for 2. Standard Chartered. As of we spoke in the previous overs, this must not be the satisfying total that we are looking out for. 10 runs per over would be satisfying for the batting side, as that's at the past total. In the first game it was 114, in the third game it was 116. That's how the pattern goes. They have to score 90 odd or 100 odd to make it a psychological total. After the bowler continues to bowl. A gentle push to rotate the strike here from Charles. He's still in a bit of reluctant, or he's been a responsible batter. We are not sure about that. But the runs were not flowing. He's one among those reasons. They have to be as quick as possible. With Vignesh. Vignesh back on strike. Cut it away through the point direction. They will be getting the second run comfortably. 22 for 2 now. Standard Chartered.
Aravadan. Straight வைக்கும்போது
Things were not completely under control for them.
Okay, it's okay.
Almost got the opportunity to sweep that into the reverse sweep direction, but couldn't get the connections better. He tried his best. They were swinging the bat, but the connections were not happening. Same theory for Vignesh and Charles too. Almost for all of the batters of Standard Chartered. They were struggling, but they are hardly perceiving that. They are hardly feeling the pressure to come out of that. That was not happening. The dot ball, it seems.
அரவணன் பிச்சை காட்டும்போது நடுவுல காட்டுங்க. நீங்க இந்த சைடு அந்த சைடு காமிச்சீங்கன்னா ஆங்கிள் வந்து
with couple of singles from Abrar. Looks good numbers for the bowler. 6 is the economy of the bowler of today's game. 1.4 overs. 10 for 0 was the numbers by him. Last 2 overs for the bowler spell to be completed. No chance for. He's been hardly punishing the bowler, and unfortunately he was not in touch over there.
கம்ஃபர்ட்டபிளா இருக்கா? நீங்க இன்னும் கூட சேர பின்னாடி போடலாம். இதுல
And really interesting to see this field positionings. A typical field positionings, not much impact over the final leg region. This is something we are speaking about. He heard what I've said and he's responding to that. The cheeky attempt is earning runs for you. If you had a bit of muscling over there, that would have gone for the boundary. That's why you have to score boundaries into the hits and butts and gaps. Score runs on the board. The boundary, the 2 to end this over. 6 overs up, 45 for 2. Six overs, 45 for 2. A big connection. Got the connections better, but finds the best fielder of the side. And you have no chance of expecting a bit of luck to go for that sixer. That will never happen. He completely takes that catch. He's one of those comfortable fielders. Bit of confusions for the umpires, but the batter is walking away, it seems. That's excellent piece of fielding. Straight at the moment we saw him grabbing that catch, it's quite sure that he's one of the finest fielders of the side. And that's 45 for 3 now, Standard Chartered. Shabir bowling really well today. Starts off with the wide ball. Two wickets for the bowler, it seems. Shabir continues to bowl with Charles still struggling to score runs on the board. Steenie was the new batter into the crease. Couple of dot balls here. I think they were out of context, it seems. I'm not sure whether 60s or 70s are going to be enough for a side to defend a total. On a given day, it will be challenging for them. 90 would be a good total. A short ball punished through the leg side. Again finds a fielder. Another good catch taken. The batter has to depart now. It's a new batter. He is trying to do this hurry-burry mindset. And that brings the breakthrough here. Steenie has to depart without troubling the scorer.
நான் கரெக்டான ஆங்கிள்.
Forty-seven for 4.
கொஞ்ச நேரம் உங்களுக்கு அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான் ஏறும்போது அப்படிதான் இருக்கும்.
2 overs. Finding runs here and Daro. Prashant was the new batter. Will he bring the breakthrough? The momentum that they are seeking for since the first over. As the par score is getting reduced for every over, Shabir continues to bowl. 3 wickets for the bowler so far. Another beautiful bowling. The batters were overdoing things because of the kind of pressure. Just going for the third runs. Quite a bit of miss-ups over there. Chance for the fourth run. Good innovations. Good innovation. Good call from the batter. He wanted that fourth run and he ran for that fourth run. Good running between the wickets. Charles, the batter. He's been struggling since opening the innings. He couldn't gather that momentum which he's waiting for. 52 for 4 now. Standard charted 50 up here. Two more to end this over with Shabir getting his positions. He's getting back over there. Few words from the fielders to alterate things according to that. A beautiful attempted Yorker. Just goes for the single. Now that's 53 for 4. And one more to end this over. This has been the story so far in this game. This tournament had different kind of games altogether. For the first 2 games, 100 plus scores. But this being a bowler dominated game so far. A dot ball to end this over. 53 for 4. That's a summary so far. Charles was the top scorer, but the strike rate matters a lot as we are playing a 10 overs game. That's the pressure he's been building for himself. 18 of 17 balls looks like an easy one, but look at the numbers of the side. They were struggling to score bigger runs. Of course, 60s and 70s would be easy defendable, but at the same time you should be aware of your opponents. You should be aware of your bowling. You can't push yourself through that risky zones. Three for 4. Faisal continues to bowl. Another good shot from the bat, but not the same kind of connections. Will be a single. These last 17 to 16 balls were going to decide what would be the final total at the end of 10 overs. Some 80 odd would be a good total to end after 10 overs. Getting that single.
கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்போஷர் கம்மி.
.2 overs, 55 for 4. A reverse sweep attempt. Just goes for the single. Another couple of runs on the board. Good running between the wickets here. Standard Chartered. Not much boundaries in this innings. We haven't seen much boundaries and sixers so far in this innings. They've been running between the wickets. Really hard to score runs for their sides. In case if they try to score a lot of boundaries, things would be entirely different since the beginning of this innings. Tried something different. Another dot ball it seems. And in this over too, they have conceded 1, 1 and 2, which means 4 runs so far in this over. A low full toss delivery. Pushes hard through the covers for the second run. Is there a chance for the third run? That clears the question that no chance for the third man, which brings the end of this over. It's 59 for 4 Standard Chartered. Faisal continues to bowl. Another dot ball. Now that's the end of this over. 8 overs of 59 for 4. The Charles leading the numbers 23 of 22. Shabir picked up 3 wickets. We saw that happening in the previous overs. Good numbers from Faisal. 1 of 9 in his quota of 2 overs. Now the projected score says it all, 74. But what would be the expectations? Can they be able to score more than 80 runs? There are a lot of chance for Standard Chartered. Let's wait and watch. Maybe that one big over can bring a lot of difference. This would be that one big over for Standard Chartered. Abdul Hakim continues to bowl. 8.1 overs, 63 for 4. That's quite calm and composed innings so far from the batting side. But this is not calm and composed. A hard hitted ball, but finds the hands of the fielder for single at the mid-wicket region. The ball is not travelling much when you play it against the wind, when you play it against its force. Play it with the force. Playing at the square leg and fine leg is going to work out for you. They're not trying that. It's in the air. Bowler chasing down the ball. And good taken from the bowler. Beautiful piece of bowling that is. He's been exceptional with the way how he's performing. Just take back a look at that. A cross batted shot. And that balance from the bowler stopping the wicketkeeper from grabbing that catch. Good commitment. Beautiful work from Abdul Hakim. Now Saran, the new batter, into the crease. There are a lot of good catches and balance we saw in this tournament. That's not a regular day at sight. We will see a lot of drop catches. We will see some poor standard fieldings, but 90% of today's game went on to be with proper field positionings. Despite of who's winning and who's losing, all the sides were having just single over there. (65-5) Standard Chartered. 2 more balls to end this over. 8 more balls to complete this innings anyway. Is there a chance for the triple digit mark? As this being a 10 overs game, you have to give as maximum impact as possible. Let's wait and watch as the field adjustments were going on. 65 for 5. Standard Chartered with Saravanan and Prashant. Two batters struggling hard with Abdul Hakim with the ball now. Hope things were okay. Everything gets into the conclusion. The fielders were back to the positions. Now Abdul Hakim will be continuing his spell for the last 2 balls. Now where will he bowl? Will he try for a leg Yorker? It's a good length way outside off stump, inviting him to play through the covers. But the interesting thing would be like playing those cheeky short attempts, those hook shots or paddle sweep or scope shots. You have to read the pace of the ball, then you decide whether to go for the shot or not. Strong appeal from the bowler. No chance of that being an LBW. Good innovation. He was straight away came back to his original position. End of over. 9 overs, 66 for 5. That's the bowling card. So that's the batting card. In fact, Shakti lost his wicket for 9 runs. Charles losing his wicket for 23 runs. And the rest of the batters, as we saw, Abdul Hakim picking up the last wicket. In his 2 overs, just conceded 14 runs. But the last over of this innings, 66 for 5, Standard Chartered. What will be the final total? Let's wait and watch. Getting a lot of time to start this last over. Things are happening very slowly here. Standard Chartered are facing the last over as the field arrangements were going on, taking a lot of time as their comfort zone to make sure before bowling. RK to continue. Swing and a miss. Almost on the slot, but it's difficult to find the pace of the ball, whereas in tennis ball cricket, if you couldn't find the rhythm or pace, you will struggle a lot. If you're finding the pace to be appropriate, you will score a lot of runs. That's how it works. That's the psychology he's been targeting for. Started with the dot ball. Arranging the fielders according to the way how things were going. He's having a sweepy cover halfway through the boundary line. And that is a slip fielder, surprisingly. I don't know why he's having a slip fielder or a kind of finer short third man up front near the wicket keeper. I've never seen these kind of stuff happening. Maybe at this generation. That's excellent piece of fielding. That's another wicket falls here. Fingers for eyes. Just take back a look at that. That run out gets closer. Beautiful piece of work here from the bowling side. That's another wicket falls here. Standard Chartered 66 for 5. Final proceedings of this over. Last 4 balls to be completed. Tried something cheeky. No swing of the bat. Just guiding the ball to that direction. But result matters a lot. It impacts a lot. SB Sports Board reaches the fence for the boundary. The impact matters a lot. A Standard Chartered getting another boundary on the board against RK's bowling. He will try to give a good comeback, having proper batters at the position. Taking some time here, RK. Adjusting his fielders according to the way how he's going to bowl. Went into the back of length delivery. Pushed hard from the bowler. No chance for the batter to play any runs on the board. Good piece of bowling. Good innovations. Good variations here from RK. He's making the batter to expect something, but giving something completely out of context. That works well for him. Now 2 more balls. Can we see some magic happening in this game? Intention was to go with the fine leg region. It itself goes to that boundary rope. Run out opportunity again. Another fingers were up. Another beautiful way of working for the run out opportunity. Take back a look at that. Take back a look at that. It's his call, but didn't quite have the timing. And he has to depart at this point of the game. Standard chartered for 71 for 6. .50, 73 for 7. Last ball of the first innings. The last ball of this first innings. We are not sure whether it's sufficient total or not. It depends upon the kind of bowling attack that Standard Chartered were having. That is going to decide whether it is a pair score or it is a low score. Trying to go for the third run. That's another run out opportunity.
No, now it's okay, the exposure.
Just going on to the contentment. Let's wait and watch for the final decisions. Will be 2 runs or 3 runs at the end of 10 overs. The first innings gets completed.
And one more thing.
9.5 overs, 73 for 7. Before this ball was being bowled, 2 runs completed. But the final run, which went on to be a close call, whether it's run out, whether the bails were onto the stumps or not, that they have to check on it.
Onel.
Now 75 for 8 at the end of 10 overs. 76 is the target here for Phoenix.
Yeah.
Just swing and a miss. The power play is being calmly composed by the bowling side. Now Prashant is continuing to bowl. Both RK and Jalal while fighting, as Jalal is new to the crease but couldn't make much bigger impact as the target is under control for them. And this bat swing might makes you feel like it is going to be a huge one, but this is going to be a one bounce boundary. It went on to be a boundary. Good stroke making. A much needed boundary here for the batting side Phoenix. Now look at the equations. 66 of 49 looks like an easy one. That's a different kind of pressure. We saw the previous games where the chasing side felt a bit of pressure in the high target chasings, whereas this being an average target, straight away tried to attack the stumps. Good Yorker attempt here and gets it single. These cheeky singles were pretty much mandatory for the batting side, where you can make the scoreboard to move continuously. End of 2 overs, 11 for 1 with RK 8 of 10 balls. Amin was the batter being dismissed. Jalal 0 of 1 yet to get up the mark. That's how it goes so far for the batting side. That's the end of power play. The current run rate 5.50, required run rate 8.13 and 65 runs required of 48 balls. And what will happen? This game is going to give you the clarity on how Amir Mahal Cricket Ground is reacting as of today's games, as both the games played in the morning have been won by teams batting first with a majestic manner, with one being 45 runs difference and the other being in a difference of almost 70 odd runs. And it's pretty sure that if you scored more than 100 runs in a 10 overs game here, you can easily put pressure on the team chasing. But whereas this is going to be a crucial game, we are watching a nail-biting thriller, it seems. Now maybe a lot of drama to be waiting. Let's just wait and watch what's gonna happen. The bowler, Saravanan, the new bowler, into the attack. Every over is important. There must be a Dwayne Bravo kind of approach in terms of bowling. Change of pace, change of variations. Look at the honesty. Look at the honesty from the batter. This is something that traditionally followed by Sachin Tendulkar. Now RK follows it. The appeal goes up. The umpire is taking some time whether to decide for it this wicket. But whereas the batter is walking away, he gets convinced, it seems. And that's 11 for 2 Phoenix. Beautiful bowling. Another strong shot from the bowler. Look at the energy. He's asking both the umpires, any of them, with the expectation of fingers up, but nothing happens. He's smiling, Saravanan, the bowler. Just quite impressive to watch out for his sportsmanship, that attitude of taking things lightly, that needs to be important in a game of cricket. That's what's happening. Another beautiful bowling. Just angling into the batter. When you keenly look at the way how he's bowling, it's been angling into the batter. A lovely piece of bowling from Saravanan. So far, wicket dot and dot were the numbers of this over. Catches the call. And that's an easy sitter dropped down by the batter. Could you believe it? Just take back a look at that. Just take back a look at that. It's a back of front delivery. It's in there. And that was being dropped. An easy sitter. It's quite unfortunate for the bowler, which used to happen in a part of a game. But that was an important catch of this game. They would have dominated Phoenix at this point of time. A low target defense. Now they have to justify the tradition of teams batting first for winning games here. That's what I was waiting for, whether they can be able to justify the tradition. Are there going to be a different context today? A loose delivery. Now that's the difference, a good bowler, an average bowler, or an exceptional bowler. Everything depends upon the kind of consistency that you're having. A good bowler can bowl up to 5 to 6 good balls in an over, like the way how Anil Kumble used it to do, like the way how Muthiah Muralidharan used it to bowl. Plenty of bowlers. Average bowler bowls 4 good balls, whereas loose bowler bowls just 2 good balls in an over. Saravanan looks like an absolute quality bowler. 3 overs up, 14 for 2 now. That's a batting scorecard of innings. Continues to bowl Vignesh. With that boundary, the momentum gets gathered. The fielders chasing down the ball. Another couple of runs on the board, making the bowler busy. Being busy on the crease is working well for them. Abrar and Jalal were the 2 batters. Just trying to attack that new bowler. And this brings the difference that 1 over in a T20 cricket or that 1 over in a 10 overs cricket, which is going to change the entire context of the game. And this is that 1 over, it seems, adding a lot of pressure on the bowler. This looks to be interesting to watch out for. 2-2-2 with the numbers of Phoenix. This looks better. This looks better. He's pretty confident. And look at the body language of the batter. He's literally asking that wide delivery. It's literally pitching here, bro. Why are you not giving wide? Okay, that's the genuine emotions of a cricketer. Sometimes the batter gets emotional. Sometimes the bowler gets emotional. It's about convincing things of the decision taken by the umpire. A beautiful fielding, that is saving a boundary. If that fielder was not at that position, would be a boundary. Good stroke making that was. It looks like an even much better battle. This game is going to give you a treat that you're waiting for. The taste of a T10 game. It's going to be that game. 23 for 2. Both the sides were equally balanced in this game. Anything might happen. Last ball of this over. Tried to go for the big shot, but this time this is being punished. You will never expect that to happen. Just take back and look at that. The wicket fallen. Tried to go through the covers, couldn't get the connections, and that's comfortably taken. Good catch taken by the fielder. That's a scorecard here. End of that Vignesh over. Picks up a wicket. 23 for 3 Phoenix. And they are struggling a bit. 53 runs required of 36 balls. The numbers were getting a bit difficult for them. With the way how Vignesh started the previous over, I felt that the over might go much expensive, but this is not going expensive. He took things under control. That's interesting to watch out for. In a lot of way, this looks like a beautiful bowling performance as a team, because as a team they've been performing really well. Look at the conversations happening over there. They are making fun within the ground, smiling faces everywhere. The joyful energy within the side that spreads over the ground. Very honest, Standard Chartered, I felt themselves to be clueless with the way how they're going, where they're going. They struggled a lot with the bat. But when it comes to bowling and on the field performances, they have better balance and understanding of each other. Shabir, the new batter. Abrar, the new batter, it seems. Shabir, the new batter, to be very honest. Saravanan continues to bowl. Pick of the bowler so far. 1.1, 1 for 3. The numbers were pretty tight. And this is going to be a crucial over. Having the fielders according to the way how they are going to bowl. 3 fielders on the offside within the 30-yard circle. A point fielder, cover point fielder, extra covers fielder. A third man and a long off fielder. Wide Yorker chances were too high today. Another run out opportunity. Good throw from the fielder. What's interesting is the fielders were being placed in a way where the bowlers were planning to bowl. In fact, the captain of the bowling side is deciding where the batters have to score their runs, where the game has to happen. They were placing most of the fielders in the offside and the game is happening on the offside. That's quite interesting to watch out for. Look at that. They're having 3 protections over that region and the fielders were standing at that region. Couldn't score boundaries. Even the previous wicket have fallen at extra covers region. When it comes to leg side, it was deep fielders with the protection. When it comes to offside, it was in-circle fielders with the protection. I think this is one of the smartest moves you could ever see in a tennis ball cricket. Look at that, look at that. There is a gap, but you won't get that width to play the cut shot. Great innovation with the way how they're playing. Good fight back here. And good piece of bowling here from Saravanan. Everything comes under control for Standard Chartered. Chance of a cheeky single, run out opportunity. Good control from the wicket keeper. Almost halfway through the innings. The first half of this innings has been dominated by Standard Chartered. Despite a couple of boundaries, it wasn't a batting flow or a run flow from Phoenix. It's quite surprised that the same wicket has been utilized really well from the first 2 games. The teams have scored 114 and 116. Now look at the numbers. 5 overs, 26 for 3 from Phoenix. They are struggling now. That's the number so far. Abrar, 10 of 12. He's still in the crease. And in the next 5 overs, they need almost 50 runs to win this game. So 10 runs per over every single over. That's gonna be the way you are going to make things happen for you. Good piece of bowling, good piece of captaincy from Standard Chartered. They were really impressive with the way how they are performing. Discussions were going on. Hydration break here. For both the sides, they've been making their game plans. They might be adjusting their game plans according to the way how things were going. No over for Saravanan again. 1 for 6. Good numbers from Saravanan. Bowled really well. Now they have to look up to other batters, other bowling options to take things under control. 26 for 3. As of we spoke before the advertisement, the drinks break is over now. Still the current run rate is 5.20. Sometimes this has been the thought process of the batter. Sometimes when you have 100 runs in front of you, you will score in a hurry-burry way. At this point of time, you would have scored some 45 odd runs. But when it comes to this situation, the situation of a low target, the batters were getting confused whether to take that risk or not. Just taking back a look at the drop catch, try to go through the covers, and that would have been a good catch. Unfortunately, it's been dropped down. Not a good sign here. 27 for 3 Phoenix. Not getting enough punishments here. That sometimes makes the batters lazy. So it's always better for a batter to have a target of more than 100 or more than 90 in front of you, so that you could act as busy as possible. You will try your best. This actually confuses them whether to attack or whether to defend, whether to wait for the right balls to come and safely securely chasing the target, or to chase the target in a hurry-burry way. These confusions were taking them into a double-mind confusion, and eventually they were failing in the batting. Anyway, Shakti continues to bowl. Another good pick of the bowler, bowling his last over today. Good slice from the batter. No chance for the second run, as these three fielders are being protected on the offside. One at the point direction, other at the cover point direction, and the other at the extra covers direction. These three fielders were protecting. It's really hard for the batters to play over these inner ring fielders. If you want to play over those fielders, you have to play reverse sweeps or switch hits to take control against the bowler. That's what they are not doing today. And they of course have a third man. They of course have a long on fielder. Look at that. It seems like a volunteer interest for the batters to go on the offside, just because they are having a lot of gaps on the offside. Why can't they invest that time on the leg side? Because there were plenty of gaps at the cow corner region. There were plenty of gaps at the square leg region. They can target these areas to score boundaries. Not much boundaries needed, but boundaries are needed. At least once in 10 balls like that. 6 overs up, 31 for 3. With these are the numbers of the bowlers. Shakti 2 overs, 8 for 1. Now Saronan 2 overs, 6 for 1. These two bowlers have bowled really well with their spell. Last 4 overs in hands and 45 runs required to win this game. In a simple term, just 45 runs to win this game. It's still possible for them, Phoenix. Let's fire and watch with whom they are planning to go now. Another discussions were going on. Standard Chartered would be a crucial over, this one, the 7th over. They should try to get one of their best bowlers to bowl this over, because this over is going to decide or to break the hopes of Phoenix. With that being that gap we are speaking about, finally they have picked up that gap to score that boundary, which we are waiting for to happen. It's the gap through the covers. Now there might be a change of fielding. A deep fielder at the extra covers or a deep fielder at the deep point region. Anyway, this would have satisfied the batter's desire of picking that gap to score that boundary. They are planning for that sweeper cover fielder to stand at the deep. The final adjustments were going on. Shivashiva, the new bowler, a dot ball and the boundary in this over, with Abrar and Shabir. Abrar being the experienced campaigner so far in this particular innings, as he played 17 balls. That's in there for a long while, and that's a boundary. No chance for the fielder. You must be 8 and above feet to trace that ball. It's quite hard for a normal human being. It's that bit of extra bounce and goes for the boundary. Now it looks better. 8 runs in 3 balls. The most crucial over we are speaking about, that brings loads of hopes for Phoenix here. 3 more balls to be completed with Abrar taking at the right time in this game. Just waited for his turn and now he's taking control of everything. Full toss delivery. Punished to the long off region for single. 9 runs in 4 balls. I think the runs required in this over has been accomplished. No sixes in this inning so far. In fact, in this match, we didn't saw much sixes, 0 sixes. And their current run rate reaches to 6.00, 36 of 20. It's in the fielder under the ball. The final adjustments and taken comfortably. No mistakes done by the fielder. A much needed breakthrough for them. Not the wicket of Abrar, but the wicket of Shabir too matters a lot. Just take back a look at that. He had that complete balance with his feet and taken the catch comfortably. Appreciations everywhere. Phoenix are losing another wicket. And that's 40 for 4 now. Shiva gets one. For 4, 6.5 overs. Phoenix with Abdul Hakim, the new bowler, new batter, to accompany Abrar. Top edge. Wicketkeeper under the ball, taken comfortably. They had the right balance to grab that catch. No shakiness, no confusions, that clarity on the mind. Even the bowler was rushing at some point of time, but he understood that the wicketkeeper is completely under the ball, and that's taken comfortably. Another wicket falls here. 2 wickets for the bowler. Started the over with 9 runs in 4 balls and ended it with 2 wickets. Shiva brings up that breakthrough. It's 40 for 5 after 7 overs. Phoenix now 36 runs required in 18 balls to win this game. For 5. These last 3 overs, every single over is important, but that 1 over which is going to give a huge impact, because you can't have better bowler every single time, as well as you can't have worse bowler at every single time. So there might be a fight back both with the ball and bat. Abrar is still in the crease. Faisal, the new batter. Prashant is with the ball. 36 runs in 18 balls. And easily gettable in modern day cricket when you have a lot of wickets in your hands. Let's wait and watch what kind of drama is waiting for you. Swing and a miss. We'll be getting a single. They can completely control 7.1 overs, 41 for 5. 35 runs required in 17 balls to win this game. Shant might be feeling that pressure, but yes, that's how it happens. Another gentle push, run out opportunity, tried his best here. One good thing about Standard Chartered is they are making this game happen within the 30-yard circle. The ball was not traveling away from the 30-yard circle. That's something that's working better for them. Prashant, the bowler, looking confident, bit tiresome just because of the kind of weather in Chennai, as everyone knows it. The heat and the humidity, sometimes that challenges you, but that's how the Chennai weather will make you work for your innings. A city known for its brand of cricket. Another single, and the franchisee in its name accompanied a lot with the success of this city's cricketing brand, Chennai Super Kings. In a lot of ways, it brings a lot of hopes for the people of Chennai to watch cricket, to play cricket. Another gentle push within the 30-yard circle. That's what we are speaking about. The game is happening within the 30-yard circle. Abrar and Faisal has to find ways and going out of the 30-yard circle. Spending some time here, 4 singles in 4 balls. They were trying to act busy. 1 boundary in this over, make this a decent over. That's what they're looking for. Steps out. That went down to be a dot ball. Wicketkeeper is appealing to the leg umpire. Anywhere you're showing your confidence and the energy. The cheers were going everywhere from Standard Chartered. Smiling faces, the energy, the cheer, the claps, everything makes them to perform well in this heat and humidity. That's because of the kind of energy, the motivation, the claps that he's getting. Steps out. It's in the air and no chance of a catch. Just lands in a no man's land comfortably. That's a good way to end this over. Just taking back a look at that. Look at that. That's been landed in the no man's land. That's the scorecard so far. Beautiful over from Prashant. That's 5 runs off this over. This adds a lot of value for Standard Chartered that they are dominating this game. 31 runs required of 12 balls to win this game. Phoenix are 45 for 5. Something big has to happen in this over. Shiva continues to pull. That one magical bowler. Swing and a miss. A strong appeal from the bowler and the wicketkeeper. Both the umpires were remaining silent. No signs of any decisions. That's quite. Even the batter looks calm and composed. That's how it happens. Now 31 required of 11 balls. Dot balls weren't acceptable at this point of time. Whereas Abrar is a well-set batter. He scored really well against Shiva. He will continue to do that. Spending some time arranging his fielders here. Shiva. Now he's getting ready to bowl. Just tried to swing the bat, but couldn't get the connections. That taken comfortably. Beautifully taken, that is. Just look at that. A swing that couldn't get the connections better. And that is an easy catch for the fielder. Pressure completely taken away the form of the batter. And misjudged shot selection. Loses hope here. Phoenix are losing another wicket. 45 for 6. And Shiva gets the third one. Can we see a 5 for today? But let's wait and watch. Before that, the end of this game is most important. Who's going to win this game? What kind of fighting back is this? Standard Chartered. With the way they batted, they were clueless at some point of time. Now look at the result. Look at the way how they fighted back. Is it really a first batting place? The wicket, the condition completely supports the teams batting first. Then of course toss plays a crucial role in this tournament. The rest of the teams will be keenly watching this game. This is going to be your output for this tournament. This is going to be your clue for the tournament. Try to win the toss and choose to bat first. A cheeky attempt, but the connections got better, and that goes for the boundary. Good stroke making. Just look at that. Not sure whether he was watching the ball or not. Not sure whether the head position was correct or not. But the bat met the ball. That matters a lot. Went for the boundary. A much needed boundary here. Yasser, the new batter, trying to act as busy as possible. Shiva, 2 more balls to complete his spell. He started his run up here. Another swing and a miss. He was almost across. No chance of appealing for the white ball. Another good delivery so far. It's 6 runs of this over. Not much enough for them. Last ball of this over. That's in there. Catch is the call. Fielder drives in and takes the catch. 4th wicket here for Shiva. And Yasser's desperate attempt of going for the sixer is not happening here. He has to walk back to the pavilion. Look at that, comfortably taken. Good balance from the fielders. That's quite hard for the batting side. They have to try these kind of shots at this point of time. Now that's 25 runs required in the last over to win this game for Phoenix. Just look back at the batting scorecard. No batter played a standard innings except Abrar, who fighted it really well. But that's not enough. Look at the sixer column. No sixer in this game. That's one another reason the runs were not coming onto the board. It's a low target game comparing to the previous games. 4 for 15, good numbers here from Shiva. Standard Chartered are taking good control of this game. Use of the new batter coming into the crease. 25 runs of this last over. Will that be possible? Now the ball is with Vignesh. Conceded just 9 runs and picked up a wicket in his first over. Can we see a drama happening in the middle? Faisal facing. This is not a drama. This is an easy sitter that's happening here. No chance of taking up that gamble. Good catch from the bowler. Just take back a look at that. Just look at the reaction time of the bowler. He was well aware of that and taken the catch easily. No chance for Faisal to turn the clock towards their side. He has to walk back to the pavilion. 51 for 7th wicket. Have already fallen, this being the 8th wicket of this game. Just 2 more batters to complete this innings, but you have 25 runs to be scored in 5 balls in this game to win the game. Munaf and Yusuf, 2 new batters without facing a single delivery, and you are having a Himalayan target in front of you. Will that happen? Now Phoenix has to work back on what went wrong for them, because they bowled really well, restricting the opposition for 76. It's really looking a good touch for them, but unfortunately they couldn't be able to bat with the standards as of expected. That should be kept under control. The power play should be taken seriously in terms of batting. 2 wickets for the bowler. That goes for the single. Now this gets a straightforward expectations for the batting side. 4 balls and 4 sixes were required to win this game. To give that clarity, every single ball should go for the maximum. In that case, this will be the most crucial ball of this game. Yusuf facing Vignesh. And that's a good dot ball, which ensures that the Standard Chartered have bowled in a well-standard manner, kept things under control. I think in most of these regions, all those 3 teams won today have kept things as simple as possible. No rocket science here. Just following their instincts and following their game plan. The field set off having 3 fielders on the offside within the 30-yard circle. That tempted the opposition. They completely targeted toward that region. They didn't even focus on the leg side much. That's where Phoenix did things a bit wrong. Another attempt for the cut shot. Good piece of bowling here from Vignesh. 2 wickets for the bowler so far. 1 more to end this innings. End this game, in fact. 52 for 8, Phoenix. With this last ball, 24 runs required. Quite impossible. In the air. That's a bit of misfield. That travels a long way. The fielder chasing down the ball. Good stop. Going for the third run, no chance for the third run. That's a difference coming to an end here. It's a 21-run difference victory here for the Standard Chartered against Phoenix. The match number 4 of this tournament again have been won by the team batted first. And that's 100% result if you bat first in this tournament in this venue. That's what's happening here. Congratulations to the winning side. And Shiva Shiva will be getting the man of the match award. 8 of 5 with the bat and 4 important wickets with the ball. Just contributed to the fullest for his side, and that's a happy smiling faces everywhere as Standard Chartered starting their account with the victory, and they are leading the table top in their points table.